Hey ladies, how are you? I am so sad that we're not able to go live today. We were going to. We had it planned even if it was super early in California time, but unfortunately the schedule that we are at the retreat with, we were unable to go live at all because it would have been not at the same time. So instead, this is pre-recorded and scheduled, but I hope that this is still incredibly helpful for what you need on the five systems. So today we're going to be talking a lot about the five systems that any successful real estate investor has. Now, this is something that you will build up to. So if you are new to this, new to real estate investing in general, this may seem a little overwhelming in the beginning, but think about it this way. Once you get to that point, you have built up to that point. This wasn't some overnight thing that just happened. You jumped in and you all of a sudden had all these teams and these systems to run. This is something that it just takes time to do. Okay. And so I wanted to just kind of like preface that with that. So let's talk about the five systems. There are five systems or teams that you will have in place to have any successful business. The number one is the acquisitions. Now, this is doesn't matter if you're wholesaling, buy and hold, or fix and flip. Acquisitions is acquiring properties. So, regardless of what strategy you do, you want to acquire. Now, what I tell my fix and flippers and my landlords is even if you could easily go to like doing the MLS and buying off the MLS or other wholesalers, if you want to get it as discounted as possible, not paying, commissions or wholesaler fees or anything like that, then you have to do what a wholesaler does. And that is finding properties the way a wholesaler would. And that's why a team would be really important because they can scour for properties, they can pull lists, they can do anything that's on the acquiring side. If you don't know how to acquire properties, then you may want to attend one of our upcoming like workshops. They're free where we can teach you how to do that. We tell you how to find leads. We also have a ton of videos here where you could find that as well. Okay. So that is your acquisitions team. They will keep up with like seller communication, mailings, organizations, contact management. They do that. They could do all the contracts for you. And this team's expertise is doing the first half of the transaction because there's two sides. This is the first half of the transaction where they are acquiring all the properties. Now, the second team that you would have, and this is if you're wholesaling and possibly fix and flipping, if you wanted to do a for sale by owner situation once it's flipped, is the disposition team. So your disposition team, they're going to be composed of people, whether it's one or multiple people, that can excel on selling properties. So like my students get this 10-step process where I actually share my screen. I give them what descriptions to use, what type of pictures to use. I literally type out the description for them. And they take this and they take it to all of the marketing. It's 10 foolproof ways to sell any property in 3 weeks or less, which is our contingency period. Now, these team members can help you dispose of the property. You don't have to do that. They can deal with your buyers. They can promote for you. They can do all of that. So that's their focus is really getting rid of, disposing of the property, selling to your end buyer. And so this is primarily a wholesaling strategy, but I've seen it used for fix and flippers as well, which is a totally different thing. Now, the third is your transaction coordinator. This person comes in when you have like 6, 7, 8 deals in the works at all times. They will coordinate all of the transactions. That's why they're called a transaction coordinator. So they'll like work with your agents for you, your title company. They'll work with your sellers, your buyers, what liens are in place. They can handle that. So they ensure basically that you have this seamless communication with everything and that everything gets done on time. So every part of your transaction, they're in charge of taking care of. Now, this is really important when you have that many things going on, right? When you have a lot of deals, you could see. Now, 1 or 2, you don't need somebody for this. But when you start maxing like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus, you want to make sure you have a transaction coordinator there, and that's number 3. Now, number 4 is if you are a landlord, is you want a property management team. These are the people that will ensure like marketing of your property, cleaning out your property, getting people into your property. They can run background checks, make sure the tenant is qualified, things like that. It's really important that you have a property manager that can take care of those things, okay? And they can ensure that everything runs smoothly with that as well. And so they're really, really important. Property managers can just make sure that you just cash a check for rentals. And then project managers are the like GCs of the world, the ones that run all your fix and flips. So like when Laura had 20 fix and flips going at any time, she wasn't making sure all the inspections were done, people were doing their job, things weren't getting stolen, the right floors were getting in. No, that's somebody else. Let them run that, okay? So let them run that. Let them run all your fix and flips, and you just enjoy like the process of things and making the final decisions. They take all that to you. They'll take any budget concerns to you, stuff like that. You are the end game of that, but they take care of that. So those are the 5 systems. Now, this is really, really crucial that you understand that you fix, that you have the teams there. If you are only wholesaling, you're only going to have like the first 3 teams. If you're buying hold, you're probably going to have 1 and 5, the first team I mentioned, and and 1 and 4. You see what I mean? You may not have all. Now, when you become a multifaceted investor, has multiple teams going on at any time, then that's when like you see all this come into play. But again, this is something you build up to. It's not something that happens overnight. You just don't walk in and you get handed a real estate company that runs. You have to be someone that ensures that. And so you grow into this, and before you know it, you have these teams organically because it's what you needed to grow. So you can put any questions you have into the chat. I hope that this was super, super helpful. I'm super excited, and I will do another video here that will announce our raffle winner as well. Okay, so I had to do a separate video that I'm going to mesh together because I wanted to wait till closer to when we would announce the live so that it was more accurate. But our winner today is a winner of the PropStream package for 1 month. It's a $99 value that we are going to give to you absolutely free. And this is for the lady that has commented the most in the group. We take the top 3 commenters, let them put them in a spinning wheel, and it just gets called at that. And this lovely lady has commented like crazy the last few weeks, has really helped build the community. This is our way of like saying thanks for helping build the community. And our winner is Gina Klein. So congratulations, Gina. You have 1 week to email in questions@realestateinvestingwomen.com and claim your prize. Thank you so much for helping us.